Have you ever wondered how people make those cool builds where they get rid of all the water in and around an ocean monument? Well, a lot of you have been asking me to do it too, so I figured I'd give it a shot. So in today's video, I'm going to be completely draining out an ocean monument in my hardcore world. And this actually took a lot more time than you may think. So if you do go on to enjoy today's video, please consider subscribing. It'll only take you 1 second and it's the easiest way to support the channel and ensure you get to see more videos just like this one. And hey, if you're already subscribed, consider leaving a like on this video to help promote it to more people and help grow the Wawa army. Anyway, enjoy the video. G'day guys, my name is WadZee and welcome back to another episode of Hardcore Minecraft. I'm standing here in front of the build I made in the last episode. You guys loved it and I just want to say thank you so much for the support on that video. Today's build is going to be nowhere near as creative and as good as this. But hey, if you haven't seen the episode where I made this thing, I highly suggest you go check it out. But anyway, enough about last episode. Let's get on to today's episode. You guys know the drill. It's melon planting time. I really need to go around and light up this entire farm at some point, because every time I'm around here and it turns nighttime, there's always mobs, and I know they're trampling melon seeds. I know they're ruining my farm, and it's just painful. So if for any reason this is your first time watching one of my videos, at the start of every hardcore episode, I plant 200 more melons to my melon farm just for fun and just to see how ridiculously big we can make it. And as you can see, it's kind of big. So if you want to see how big this melon farm ends up getting, make sure to subscribe. And now let's get on to today's build. Alright, so in the last episode, we collected a lot of sand. And I mean, since I still have it all, I figured, why don't we just use it all to drain out an ocean monument? I mean, I've got all the sand here. I may as well, right? I don't even know how much of this sand to take. I feel like I won't be needing as much as I used in the past. Yeah, three shulker boxes of sand, and I guess we'll fill another one with some spare building blocks. So I guess I'll just take some netherrack. That's a gross temporary block that I probably won't be building out of anytime soon. All right, so we've got our sand, we've got our netherrack, and we also have some sponges. Mine are wet sponges at the moment, but these are going to be our secret weapon today in draining out or taking away all the water from an ocean monument. I have 84 sponges, but the thing with these suckers is to make them dry, you can either chuck them in a furnace, so go from wet sponge to just a regular sponge. Your other option is to head into the nether and you can just dry them out instantly. Takes no time at all. So the plan for this video is quite simple. I'm going to find an unsuspecting ocean monument in my hardcore world, mark out a large area around it, and then completely delete all the water within it, just to spite those pesky little guardians. But we've got no time to waste, so let's get into it. All right, well now it's time to head out to the ocean monument. This is one I've already conquered, so we don't have to worry about mining fatigue. We'll have to worry about these guys though. That's kind of annoying. All right, so step one is to find the center point of our thing. Oh, these have a 1-block center or a 2-block center? They got a 2-block center. Okay, this block, this block, this block, and this block are our center spots. All right, well here, these 4 blocks are our center. So from here, what I'm gonna do is extend out in each direction to the edge of the circle. Again, we're gonna be doing a nice circle because circles just look cool in Minecraft. We know this. These things are so annoying, man. I'm gonna be so glad to absolutely demolish your home. All right, so from here, I've extended out the pathways to how big our last circle was roughly. And as you can see, as I look down, these ocean monuments are way bigger than what I actually thought. So we're gonna have to extend this out a lot more. So I've now marked out the dimensions for a circle that is 100 blocks in diameter. And the center of it is right above the center of this thing. That's just so if you want to follow along, you can see how big I've made my circle. I think, at least I hope it's going to be big enough. It extends all the way out here. Go around. Yeah, that's definitely going to work. This is a much larger area than the last one. So I'm hoping our secret weapon, the sponge, really helps out today. So now the task I have to go ahead and do is go around the outside and outline the circle. 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. I did something very, very wrong. Just like that, the whole area for our circle is marked out. All right, now if I grab all of my sand, what I might quickly do is start with outlining the entire area with sand. I'm just realizing how deep this is so much deeper than the nether. Oh god, I definitely underestimated this project. Maybe the nether one I did was easier. Yep. It was. Anyway, I'm going to start by doing an outline, a sand wall around the whole perimeter around the outline. And then after that, we can start creating sections and then trying to use our sponge the best way possible. Oh my god. Last episode, it was the zombified piglins. This episode, it's the guardians. Wait, can you not place sand on top of... Oh, bro, the sand breaks? That's even more annoying. So I am approaching the halfway point of just the outline. Not even anything else, just this sand outline. And I've nearly used all of the sand I brought. I've used over 2 shulker boxes of sand so far. I don't know, I might have to even go and collect more sand just to do this. Now that I've started this, I'm realizing how tedious it really is. I severely underestimated this project. More than I've ever underestimated anything. For one, I forgot how massive these things were, which meant I had to make this circle giant. But also I forgot how deep the ocean gets. The deepest the lava ocean got was like 10 blocks. I don't even think the shallowest point of this area is 10 blocks deep. Anyway, to give you an idea of what I'll do after the outline is finished, I'll then start sectioning off the area every 6 or 7 blocks. I've not done this before, so I'll have to kind of experiment. So I'll make a temporary netherrack guide going all the way across. Then all I'll have to do is go along this thing like so. Oh yeah, this is for sure gonna take me an eternity. Yeah, there's no way I get this done anytime today. Oh my god, nearly there. So close. All right, there we go. That is sectioned off now. Now if we grab our sponges, I don't really know what I'm doing. Look, I've never really used sponges before to try and actually drain out water. I don't know the most efficient way to do this, but I guess placing it closer towards the top seems to be working most efficiently, at least for now. That was already all of my sponge. Okay, I think where I may have gone wrong is I've tried too wide of a section. I think it probably needs to be more narrow. I read on the wiki that like sponges can sponge up blocks 7 blocks away, but I think there's like a maximum they can take in as well. So although this is 7 blocks wide here, if I place a sponge at that wall, it can't get all of them across to here. So yeah, we've got a few issues. I've got a few issues right now. How the hell am I going to get out of here? All right, I'm going to collect all of my wet sponges. All right, I've gone away and I've grabbed some more resources. I've got a bunch more sand and I've also grabbed some blocks of gravel as well because we need a lot more gravity blocks. Also grabbed myself some some furnaces, and these are to help dry out our sponges because I realized I had no way of doing that here. All right, let's get back to this. Let's see if we can't finish draining out this area. Boom and boom. All right, that was scuffed. That was definitely scuffed. We need to revise our strategy a lot, but that is one section complete at the very least. All right, so now that that section is all completed, let's try measuring out a lot skinnier of a section and see how much easier it is on our lives. You need to stop. After spending all that time on just one single section, it had become clear to me that the mission of draining out this entire ocean monument was a lot harder than I had first anticipated, and that I had a lot to learn. For every section, I'd have to spend time dropping sand until I could finally go in with the sponges. Section 2 was a lot more narrow compared to the first, and it seemed to make the sponges work much faster. I still had one major flaw in my technique though. Now I need to awkwardly collect it all again. No. How do people easily collect their sponge when they do this? Is this just meant to always be just impossible? It's just so hard to collect it all again. Perfect. Maybe I should start breaking my sponge as I place it. That might be the new strategy. Instead of having to like scale the walls and do all this. And now that I've completely emptied out this section and the section next door, I can actually go ahead and do this. And this is good because it means I finally get some sand back, which I can use to help section off the next part, which is good. All right, and that's our process. That's how it's done. Little did I know this was going to be all I'd do for the next 3 days. That. And this process is taking a long time. I'm not getting any better at using the sponges. I'm still horrible. I've now drained out this much of our ocean monument, which is not the most. If I fly in the sky here, you'll see I still have so much to go. This is like not even a quarter. Yeah, I would say that's maybe an eighth. All right, welcome back to day 2 of the grind. All right, gamers, it's time for another update. This is how much we have cleared out so far. We're getting very close to halfway, actually. Only about like 2 more sections. Yeah, only about 2 more sections and we'll be halfway, which is really exciting. Look, I'm about 6 hours into this already. I'm gonna say it. This is much harder than clearing out the lava pit. I thought this would be easier because of sponges, but no, I am struggling. But anyway, for the moment, I'm actually going to take a quick break from clearing stuff out and I'm going to go on a trip to collect some more sand. When I started off doing this project, I thought that I obviously already had enough sand because I thought, you know, I wouldn't have to use sand in the entire area and I could use sponges to get rid of most of the water. But turns out ocean monuments are giant. The circle I'm clearing out today is way over twice the area of the circle I was doing last episode. And on top of that, the ocean is like 3 times deeper. So yeah, I definitely miscalculated how much sand I would need. But hey, what did you expect? You can't have a WadZee video without digging up sand. All right, I've spent a little while gathering some sand. I think that'll be enough for now. Also, I've noticed that my sponge game is very weak. I have very few sponges. I definitely need more. So I thought for just a moment, I could get some water breathing and take a quick dip into our ocean monument and search around and see if I can find that hidden sponge room. I'm sure I've looted at least a sponge room from this place. I just don't remember how many sponge rooms you're meant to expect to find in these things. So I'm gonna dig around a bit, destroy the building a bit.
6.5 hours later.
All right, yeah, time to give up. I'm gonna assume I have already looted all the sponge there is to be looted from this place. So that means for now, it's time to get back to the grind. And I'm actually gonna begin by doing the other half of the outline. This bit is a little painful, but I don't know, it definitely feels necessary. It's an important part of it. So yeah, we're gonna go back to the other half of the outline and then it'll be full steam ahead on draining out this whole thing. Alright, the good thing about this compared to what I did in the Nether, the Guardians I think are less of a problem than the zombified piglins. Like, these guys mostly leave me alone. Like, sometimes I'll come over here and be a bit of a pain for a few seconds, but the zombified piglins were just non-stop. It was chaos. All right, and that is now the entire outline done. The entire outline finished. So this whole area is now sectioned off from the rest of the ocean. If I fly away, you can see that. Looking good. Now our task just goes back to creating rows and rows of water that we slowly get rid of. And to put it in perspective, all the sand that I've used just to do the perimeter of this circle, I think I'm estimating is 4 shulker boxes full. So as we get closer to the center here, it's actually getting slightly easier to drain all the water. Although it's the widest part of the circle going this way, there's the most temple in the middle here. So that is a whole lot of area. Obviously, later on, we'll have to go inside the temple and drain it out that way. But for the moment, doing outside of the temple, or the monument rather, it is a lot faster. Anyway, let's commence the fun. And the grind continued for the rest of the day. I spent most of this time watching YouTube and Twitch streams, so it wasn't all bad, but it really was a tedious process. And by this point, I'd spent so long doing it that I was starting to get the hang of it. So here's the thing, I tried to do that section as fast as I possibly could, and it took me half an hour. Math would suggest I can expect to be at this for over another 5 hours. So all right, quick little update on the project. We are over halfway done. This is what it's looking like so far. Let me get a quick aerial view so you can really see what we're working with. So we're on the home stretch. It's getting less and less as we get towards the end. And another cool thing about this is one of these chunks in here is a slime chunk. I've seen a couple of slimes spawn in here, which is kind of cool because slimes are a really rare mob. And the thing is, I don't even know what I'm going to do with this after I'm done draining it all out. That's kind of as far as I've gotten so far, is just the draining. All right, this is big. This is exciting. As I am getting rid of this wall, we have now drained out the entire ocean monument. The whole thing is drained out. Our whole circle isn't, but at least the ocean monument is. So, yeah, mission accomplished. Video over. Cheers. Okay, no, but this is progress. When you're doing this mundane, boring, tedious stuff for so long, and I mean so long, like it's been hours. I'm sick of it. I'm going crazy. You gotta celebrate the little victories that remind you that you're actually making progress and you're actually working towards something. And this isn't all stupid, even though it is. I don't even know which part I hate more at this point. If it's the sand or if it's the sponge. The sponging can definitely be more frustrating because I don't have many sponges. So I have to go back and forth drying out my sponges a lot. My wrist can also get pretty sore sometimes from clicking a lot. How bloody awesome does this look though? Like how cool is it as I just run across here? We're getting closer now. We're getting closer. Only this much water left. So I'm realizing now this is actually the last bits of sand I'll have to lay down. Two, one. That's it. All the sand is now done. Now it's just a matter of getting the sponges up in here, draining all this water. Boom, boom, boom. And just like that, we have drained out the entire area around our ocean monument. Look at that. Look at this magnificent creation. And now all there's left for us to do is to do the inside. Where you going, fishy dudes? Where you going? We got to get every single nook and cranny in this thing. We want no water left for any of these fishes to live. Oh, this is the main room, isn't it? Okay, yeah, this will be a fun one. Okay, yeah. Chill out. Chill out. Oh, gosh. Please don't hurt me, please. Oh, there's so many fish. There's so many fish. There's so many fish. Just keep moving. Just keep moving. Just keep moving. All right, get off me. Get off me. I'm in a war zone. All right, we need to start from the top and work our way to the bottom. That's how you got to do this. They just keep spawning. Wait, the water's going. It's working. It hasn't fully solved our fish problem, but we're making progress. And we should have completely guardian-proofed this area, I think. Believe we've completely drained out this ocean monument. What a ridiculous achievement. And now I think I've said this a million times already, but now I really have no clue. And I mean no clue what I'm going to do with this area. When I first started this project, I had no idea it'd take me this long. And now that I've gotten this far, I have no idea what I'm going to do next. So the final thing I wanted to do in this video was get rid of all the sand and replace it with a glass border. Like 10 million years later, finally smelted all of my glass. That is pretty much 4 shulker boxes full of glass. So now I'm going to take it over to our ocean monument and I'm just going to surround the whole area with glass. Just going to outline the entire circle. And then once I've gone around the whole thing, I'll be able to destroy all the sand in the middle and we'll have nothing but this glass wall. So this is going to be a bit of a grind, but yeah, hopefully it doesn't take too long. And this wall will be even better than the sand wall we have. One, because you can see through it, it'll look a lot better, but also because mobs can't spawn on glass. So I won't have to have any torches up here. Mobs just won't be able to spawn on it. So that's an added bonus. Final 9 pieces of glass that we needed. And now that means all that there's left for us to do is bring down all the walls. Oh my, yeah, this is a lot cooler now. This is so much cooler now. And then finally, after 3 days and over 16 hours of effort, I could finally say the grind was complete and I had drained out an ocean monument. Wow, look at it. I'm so glad we've finally done this. It was like 3 days ago that I started, and I thought I would get it all done in a day. Now, look, my plans for this now, there's a couple of things I could do with this. Obviously, I want to make this area look a lot cooler than just, you know, a gravel floor covered in torches. I want to like turn it into some sort of biome or something. But another thing is, I'm pretty sure I can now turn this into some sort of practical guardian farm, which will give me infinite prismarine. Hopefully there's a way that I can do both, where it's a really effective guardian farm as well as a nice looking area. But I'm gonna have to leave all that for the next episode. That's right, we're not done with this ocean monument yet, but I could really use your help. So leave a comment down below with your suggestion for how I should transform this ocean monument in the future. Maybe I could turn it into a jungle biome or the nether. Also, thanks for joining me on this mission today. If you enjoyed this video and you want to continue watching what happens in this series, make sure to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll catch you all in part 2. Cheers.